I'll just introduce you first and then just tell you a little bit about them and then actually get them to tell us more. So we've got the mom, Ilanza, and dad is Ryan, and then the two boys are Donovan and Alex. And as you can see, they are on a learning safari, I'm going to call it. And we want to hear what you're doing and how you're doing things differently to how most of us homeschool. So maybe you guys just jump in and start telling us your story.
Sure. Well, we're traveling Botswana at the moment, and we're on our way in the next few days through the Caprivi to Namibia. And I think the trip for the kids is a little bit more just learning from different cultures, understanding that there are more than just one culture being South African, and just diving into the
nature, geography, everything. So it's really living learning. It's outdoor class. Yeah, the boys call it outdoor class.
Yeah, or bush class.
Bush class.
Yeah.
Or school.
But I think at the same time we're running away from the winter in Cape Town, so that is another excuse why we're here.
Oh, fantastic.
So have you saved up for this trip, or are you working while you're traveling? How does that work?
Yeah, so I'm still working while traveling. With COVID being pushed into everybody working from home is exactly what I'm doing. We've got a motor home, so we just have a mobile home, but as long as I've got internet, I can check into the office and work remotely. So I think COVID has just
changed the world.
Changed the world completely, but pushing the remote work, which allows us to travel and work. Yeah.
So Ilanza and Brian, I had the privilege of meeting with you, I think a little over a year ago, right in the heat of the decision to homeschool. So what made you decide to leave mainstream school and take on this new lifestyle?
I think once COVID started and we saw what the boys were doing at school, we felt that we could offer them more. Homeschooling really does offer your kids much more than mainstream. With our kids as well, if your kids aren't mainstream thinkers, they do get pushed aside, which is sad for us, because I think they flourish with homeschool. Because you can really see what your kids are good at or what they struggle with, because it's one-on-one.
Yeah.
So I think for them it's really beneficial. It grows.
I think we always wanted to travel, and I think the COVID pandemic just helped us making and pushed us into that decision of saying, well, seeing that all the homework is being sent to home and mom suddenly needs to become a teacher, that she's really got the knack for it, and we can actually pull this off and do this. And it was brilliant decision. Brilliant.
I think once COVID started, I got more involved with the kids. You could really see what they're doing at school.
What have you boys found that you like about learning with mom and dad that's different to school?
I feel like more private, and I know I'm with my family, so I spend much more time with them. And now that we are traveling, this is awesome because I can spend more time with my family and things. Where at the school, I sit at a desk and it's warm and everything, and here I'm living the life.
What do you like about homeschooling?
I like it because it's private and
freedom.
Is it fun and free?
Yeah.
It's free and you can experience things.
Can you just repeat it? It's a little bit soft.
You can experience things, and there at the school you can just stand at a desk, look out the window, that's all.
Did you hear that? Should you repeat it closer?
No, I got it. It's basically that instead of sitting at a desk, you can be with your family and experience real life as it happens in front of you. I think that was the gist of what he said.
Yes.
So in terms of how you structure your day, do you just go with the flow, or there's some tasks that you set for the kids that you expect them to do? How does it work?
So we do have routine. So what we do is Mondays to Thursdays, we normally set up camp in one spot just to have a bit more of structure for the kids. And then we wake up in the morning, and we generally do most of our work in the mornings. And by 12, depending on what the day is like, 12 or 1, we finish. They have many breaks in between. And then Fridays, we do not have school. We only have a 4-day school week, because Fridays we pack up, and then we normally go to do activities or see museums or anything that's in the area that's educational. We go and do, and that we do weekends. We do juggle our weeks. If we, like now, we in Kasane, and there's a lot to do. So our holiday, we swap it out because there's so much to do. We went tiger fishing with the kids yesterday. So then we don't want to be stuck in saying, okay, we have to do this now. So we're very flexible.
Yeah.
And it works. It works. The boys are really good. I can't complain. And the one thing I've seen with homeschooling is how quickly they become responsible. I mean, I was feeling sick a few weeks ago, didn't feel well, and they woke up, made breakfast. The oldest one was helping the youngest one with his maths, giving him English. So the amount of responsibility and self-discipline that they've taught themselves in less than a year. It's amazing.
I think from a routine point of view, we are very rigid in our routine. Yes, a little bit fluid now and then, but it has to be for a very good reason. If we are going to swap a day out for something else, we try to keep that structure of Monday to Thursday. Every morning, it's the same routine each and every day, because I think that's also very important, is to have that routine. But yeah, if it calls for us to do something a little bit different for the day, then we're happy to swap it out.
Yeah, definitely. And you started you started with Footprints, and you did some of the local trips around South Africa. Folks can follow you on your Facebook page, and we'll put the links to that in the block below. And you've kind of started to go for longer times into further places. Are you planning to come back and do some more trips around South Africa?
Yes, yeah. We're definitely planning on coming back to South Africa and doing more trips there. I think it's from a lifestyle perspective, we need to adjust a little bit as well as to how do we travel and where do we stay and in what do we stay. Currently, we've got a motorhome that's made for the road and not really 4x4, so that's something that we would like to upgrade. To explore a little bit more. I think just currently with COVID being extremely high in South Africa and Gauteng specifically, maybe we'll travel South Africa at a later stage.
Safer,
yeah, it's a little bit more safer. But yeah, no, we'll definitely we want to travel the world. That's what we want to do.
So decided. We want to take the boys all over. It's the best education.
Yeah, by far.
Absolutely. So let me ask, let's ask Brian, Donovan. Donovan, what is your best part of the day?
When my mother at the afternoon, after we did the main subjects, my mother will come and she will read Footprints and Land of the Watching Eyes, and she will just come read for us. And that is probably by far the best time of the day.
That's really great. And for you, Alex, what is your best part of the day?
My best part of the day is when me and my mom do French.
That's interesting. All right. And then if folks wanted to set up their lifestyles like this, what tips do you have for them? Because it is a challenge. You know, a lot of us are stuck in our sort of sedentary life. We've got our jobs and we homeschool around the table. We do some outings. So this is like a huge thing for folks. So what tips do you have for them?
I think the first tip is bite the bullet and do it. That's just, I think that's, if you get past that hurdle of just starting to do it, then it becomes easier, because it is a challenge in the beginning of juggling traveling and life and school and work
changing location
and changing locations. At some places we don't have electricity, so we need to adjust there. But I think
back to basics.
Back to basics. But from a tip perspective, just do it. Just get in there. I think that is the biggest barrier at the moment, is they're looking at it and saying, oh, that would be so nice, but what is holding you back from doing it? Nothing, then just making that mind shift. That's all it is.
Definitely.
So work on that mind shift and just go for it. Just do it.
And Ilanza, you got a tip for moms?
For me, I think you should just, the more you spend time with your kids and your family, you don't, I think for me, the biggest thing was people, the perspective that people have of us and of me as a mom. I did struggle with that for a while, because they look at you a bit funny and they think, ugh. But yeah, just
there's traveling gypsies or traveling hippies.
Our kids, can they do math? Yeah, they can actually do math really well. So I think once you just get over that, what other people think, just the more time again with your family, you realize this is so precious, this is so amazing, and the things you experience with them. So yeah, you go through hard times, you do question and wonder, but again, just try and block out. And then once you pass that, then everything's easy.
I think one other thing is, if you're going to start with homeschooling, let's forget about the travel part and just taking that leap into homeschooling. You are going to question yourself, but I think the most important thing is just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself, and I trust. I promise you, in the beginning, it's a case of not knowing is this going to be the best, and are the kids going to get the best education? And I promise you, as soon as you're going to get into it and you're going to start believing in yourself, you'll soon realize, yes, it is the best form of education.
And not just that, we started seeing a change in the kids after month 1.
Yeah.
It's crazy. When we started reading footprints to the kids, and I must really thank you and Shirley for this program. If it wasn't for you guys, this would not have been this easy for us.
Yeah.
The boys, the son. Samka is so close to our heart, and when I started reading it, I promise you, I was thinking, I don't understand half of these words because I'm Afrikaans, it's my mother tongue. And then when you ask the boys, what have you learned? And you hear them understand and take it in and take it to heart. That is so rewarding. It is really so rewarding.
So fantastic to hear. That wasn't, let's just tell our viewers that this was not prepped. That's
not at all. Not at all.
From your
don't prep anything.
But really, yes.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. I need to really thank you.
That's lovely.
It helped me a lot.
Yeah. So glad. Shirls, do you have any other questions for the Roux family?
No, I just had one that I was muted just now, and I said, did you set out planning to travel the world, or have you decided that now that you've done a little bit of traveling?
We've always wanted to. We have traveled a bit, so we've always wanted to travel on a permanent basis. It was just a case of overcoming that part of working remotely and school and that. But COVID is just submerged into that immediately. So that was a quick adjustment. So yes, we always wanted to travel internationally and travel the world. And it's.
I think this trip into Botswana out of South Africa, it has fast forwarded our plans.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. I think you're going to be an inspiration to many people.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, boys, for sharing yours. And I hope you have a wonderful day there in the sunshine while the rest of us freeze over here. Thank you so much for joining.